So the goddess journals can be used for any creative writing use, including the little booklets. So in honor of the cat goddess journal, I wrote my own cat tale story. An unexpected love story, A Cat Tale, by Hannah Rokes. Copyright 2024, all rights reserved. Illustrations made on Midjourney AI. Once there was a little girl named Emma who received a present for her 8th birthday. It was a little kitten. She fell immediately in love with the beautiful kitten. It was a boy and she named him Buddy. It was very fitting because they quickly became best buddies. From that day forward she did everything with Buddy. They would play hide and seek. They had very festive tea parties and pretend dinners. Buddy even let Emma brush his teeth. He actually loved it because Emma would sing him a song while brushing his teeth. She would sing, "It's time for little kitties to brush their little teeth. We have to brush those pearly whites. It's going to be all right, just like every night." Yes, Buddy loved Emma just as much as Emma loved Buddy. He was starting to feel like her real little boy. As time passed, Buddy got older, but so did Emma. She was now 14 and starting to get interested in boys. Buddy noticed they didn't have tea parties anymore, or play hide and seek as much. They still had some dinners, but Buddy felt like Emma was slipping away. Then one day a boy came to the house to pick him up. Who was this? I am her boy, Buddy thought. Is this boy trying to replace me? Buddy still loved Emma, but he was feeling that maybe Emma didn't love him as much any longer. She was hanging out with other boys more and more. Buddy wondered if it was because he was a cat. Perhaps if he was a real human boy, Emma would love him again. He remembered there was a mystic in town. So one night Buddy snuck out to go see the mystic. He asked her if she can turn him into a real human boy. The mystic told him, "Be careful what you wish for things are not always what they seem. Sometimes we already have what we believe we don't have." But he didn't fully understand what the mystic was saying. All he knew was that he wanted to become a human boy. The mystic finally said, "Okay, I will grant you this wish." She gave the kitty a magic potion, and he transformed into a human boy. The next day, Emma woke up, and she noticed that Buddy was missing. "Oh no," she moaned. She called for Buddy, hoping he will come home. Some hours go by and there's still no sign of Buddy. Emma was now crying because Buddy always came home. She started to put up flyers everywhere for her missing kitty. She continued to look for Buddy and even tried to find him in the woods. After some time, she was sitting on a bench and crying. Buddy, now a human boy, found her and sat next to her. "Why are you crying?" he asked. Emma tells him she lost her kitty named Buddy and hasn't been able to find him anywhere. The boy then suggests getting ice cream. As an attempt to cheer her up, she first asks the boy his name. At first, he paused, then slowly said his name was Bud. Emma first thought that was odd. It was so close to the name Buddy, but she shrugged it off. She looked at the boy's eyes, and she felt a feeling of trust, so she agreed to go with him to get ice cream. And for a little while she was able to forget about her lost kitty. After the ice cream, Bud asked her if he can take her out to dinner that night. She said okay, maybe Buddy would come home after she ate. They both go out to dinner to a seafood restaurant and she notices how much Bud loves fish. Emma also can't help but feel she has known Bud forever. They have a great time at dinner. But right before they were about to leave, someone screams from the kitchen and yells, "There's a mouse in the kitchen." Bud runs to the kitchen and saves the day. Emma is surprised but realizes that Bud is also good at catching mice. After dinner, they walk back to Emma's home, and Emma asks Bud where he lived and how long he has lived in the area. He said he just moved in, that he lived nearby. He asked her if he could see her again, and she said yes. He told her he had a great time, but he had to go home because he had to go brush his teeth. She said of course, everyone has to brush their teeth. What a funny thing to share. Bud said goodbye and Emma could hear him singing to himself, "I have to brush my teeth," and brush my pearly whites. Everything's going to be all right, just like every night." Emma froze for a second and wondered how he knew that song. That was the song she sang to Buddy. She then remembered that Buddy was still missing and became sad again. Once they parted ways, Bud slept in the woods in an abandoned rundown shed. But it was the same shed he used to play house with Emma when she was a little girl. Even though it was rundown, he could still sleep and be safe there until he could see Emma again. They hang out for almost a week and were having a lot of fun. He liked to play ball, especially catch in the park, and hide and seek. Emma was having a great time too, but something was missing. Bud could see that Emma was happy, but not completely, so he decided to give her a kiss. Emma was very surprised, but felt weird. She liked Bud very much, but maybe not in a romantic way. Emma was getting sadder as the days went on. Where was her little boy, Buddy? And Bud was feeling strange as well. He went back to the Mystic one night, and the Mystic asked him how everything was going. He says everything seemed great at first, but that Emma still didn't love him. The Mystic told him again, everything is not always what it seems. There are different kinds of love. Like there is romantic love, family love, friendship love, etc. Bud was confused. Isn't there only one kind of love? No, she said. Bud pondered for a while and went for a walk. The next day he went to go see Emma to see if she wanted to hang out. She said no, she wanted to look for Buddy some more. It's been a long time, but she still had hope that he was still alive and will return home. Bud asked Emma, "Don't you love me?" She said she didn't know how she felt, that she liked him a lot and felt good, but it was complicated. She said all she can think about is her kitty. She knew she loved her kitty, her little boy, her Buddy. Bud ran off and went back to the Mystic and told her she doesn't love me the way I love her. Maybe she doesn't love me at all. The Mystic said, "How can you say that?" But replied, "Because all she cares about is finding her kitty. She only loves her kitty." The Mystic smiled and looked at him like hello. Bud then said, "Hey, I am that kitty." She said, "Of course she always loved you, and she didn't need you to become a human boy for that. She loved me after all." Bud realized. Yes, the Mystic said, and it's a special kind of love. You thought because Emma was getting older and going out with boys that meant she didn't love you anymore. But romantic love can end. It can come and go, and while it has the potential to be forever, it's not guaranteed. But the love she has for you is forever. It will never go away. But then asked, "Is that what you meant by things are not always what they seem? That maybe I always had what I thought I didn't?" "Yes," she said. And that's when he asked if she could make him a cat again. He didn't want to be a human anymore, but wanted Emma, his human back. She said, "Of course I will." So she gave him another magic potion, one that turned him back into a cat. After that, Buddy ran all the way home to Emma's house, meowing all the way. Emma came running outside and yelled, "Buddy, is that you?" They both ran to each other. She scooped him up in her arms and said, "There's my boy." Those words were music to Buddy's ears. He knew Emma loved him, and he loved her. Buddy was her boy, and Emma was his human. The end.